Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here at Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you alive and in charge for the Winston Throwback Series. Charlotte Motor Speedway and the Gen 6 cars ready to rock and roll. Drivers are loading in. Kevin's boy is going to be your pole sitter for today's race. We're running a little behind, so kind of not really going to rush into it, but kind of rush into things here. Jesse Bunnell is going to be your outside pole sitter. Andrew Phipps, Joshua Brock in row number 2. James McRae, Connor Hazel in row number 3. William Allen, Brian Wasserman going to make up row 4. Joseph Grijalva, Jeff Ramsdale, row 5. Nathan Dillon, Jeff Pless in row 6. Row 7, Robert Tuisku, Mark Retkin, Al Reed, Chris Noblet be in row 8. Anthony Crownover, Michael Strickland will be in row 9. Anthony Garland, Michael Coulter Jr. row 10. Anthony McPherson, Mr. Spicy himself out there in row 11. Brandon Porter, Chris Meadows there as well. I thought Spicy was race control today. He might be doing that. Here's your race information for today's race. They're going to run 167 laps at 65% fuel, 6 sets of tires, no fast repair. And pit road speed limit should be, I believe it's like 50 miles an hour. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to look at it again. Concord, a.k.a. the Charlotte Motor Speedway Iconic. This is the classic throwback, a.k.a. the legacy Charlotte Motor Speedway. You notice that the asphalt's painted different. The lines are on there. The heavy grooves. The banking's a little bit more steep. And this track runs fast. It does. It's a little bumpy, but it runs fast. And these drivers are going to have the work cut out for them. Make sure I'm in their Discord and everything's going good to go. How's everybody doing out there? Good to see you all out there. Thank you to the Winston Throwback Series, MCI Graphics, JB's Paint Shop. Of course, all the folks out there helping paint the cars as well. On top of all that, well, you know, we'd love to see it. Top 5 in points to go to the tail end of the field. Kevin Savoy still has the lead in points right now, so that is one of the drivers you're looking to go back. Jesse Bunnell, Andrew Phipps, Joshua Brock, I believe, is up there as well. He's going to be inside the top 5. Boy, howdy. So they're going to go to the tail end of the field. They're going to wait. Connor Hazel will be on the outside. James McRae will be on the inside this time by. So that's how it's going to roll. Pace car is going to be lights off. Margaret, Matt, giving us a like. Dark Horizon resubscribing for 8 months. Hey, we're almost having a baby here. Malarkey, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Mark Creighton, thank you as well. Thank you to everybody giving us like, follow, subscribe, shares, and all that stuff. Holly, thank you very much as well. They're going to pitter patter and get at her. How about it? Iconic Charlotte Motor Speedway, Winston Throwback, Green Flag Racing. McRae is going to be out front. Drivers going to have to work their way through the field here as they continue to go. Holland's going to be your race controller. Love to see Spicy out there running the numbers for everybody, letting everybody know what's going on. However, we got to do a couple incidents last week. That's the reason why you had to do so. 23 behind the 17 here. Whoa, 23. Goes to drop into the corner, gets a little bump to the 17 of Will Allen. Entry's a little bit different for both of the drivers as Joe Grijalva in the 16. Took back on the racetrack after having a baby. Driving the Roush Fenway 16 here. Or Roush Fenway. Roush Ford Mustang. Man, I tell you what. Nathan Dillard, Joe Grijalva run fast laps. Bunnell up to 29.91 already. Tire wear. Huge. 3 wide in front of him. Corner exit's going to be huge. Crownover trying to make some things happen. There's Anthony right there in front. Crownover into 2. Rolling heavy speed already. 78 of Al Reed making things happen. Bunnell with a 29.91 to talk about. Oh, 8 into the 99. Caution will come out. Watched it happen. Nathan Dillard. There's a 7 as well. Jeff Ramsdale. Early caution here. Boy, not something you want to see. They got a good start. Close racing. Dark Horizon Fisher giving you all of that action. Here's a look. Send the wall, comes off, nails him. It's not so bad there. It's everybody else after that. Ugh. It was Stryker who was involved. 48 got involved. The 25 of Mark Redkin was involved. Mark went for a ride there. And nowhere for him to go. They tried to slow down. Oof. Mark went for a ride there. Tried to slow down. 48. Oh, up over the 48's nose. 81 was there. 31. That's what happens, close racing early on. And drivers have those issues. Helicopter award. That was a barrel roll more than anything else. All right, a lot of drivers coming to pit road. James McRae, Connor Hazel, Brian Wasserman, Anthony Crownover inside your top 5. Al Reed's that 5th driver. Rahalva doing all right. Bunnell already working himself back to the front. And sometimes that's the shameful thing about, sending the top 5 to the back of the pack. Sometimes you get caught up in all of that. There is the 20 of Jeff Plesswell. Allen's coming off pit road as well. Chris Noblet in the 43. Coulter Jr. coming off pit road as well in the 31. All right, front damage still. He's all right. He'll be all right. Garland coming off pit road. Anthony took a little ding there. Tuisku. Andrew Phipps. I believe he might just be coming in for that. Kevin Savoy having some bad luck in the car change here. Mark Retkin is going to be leaving pit road. His car most definitely looking like a modified. Jeff Ramsdale having it up. Man, oh man. He just couldn't get it off the wall. It's a shame. It's a shame. I'll pull up some chat here. Winston Throwback Series. They only have a few races left in the season. That's what I was going to pull up. I was going to pull up their race season. Let's see. Schedule. To the internet we go. Martinsville next week, Atlanta, Rockingham, Phoenix, and Homestead. So there's about 6 weeks left. Man, we're about to end some seasons. Got roughly about 5 weeks left in the Chop Shop Truck Series in their championship. There's about 6 weeks left after this as well. So Winston and the Chop Shop Truck Series is going to pretty much be ended on the same week. We're pretty darn close to it. Mark, thank you for the like, man. Appreciate you. All right, they're going to do it again. 24-42. Going green. Yeah, that's right, Joe. Hey, congratulations. Checkups are real. I know, he had a baby. He sent me pictures. I'm an uncle. Rock to the bottom. I'll read down to the bottom as well. Trying to keep himself into that inner lane. There's Joseph Grijalva. Having that 16. He's got a new baby. 11 to the bottom as well. Brandon Porter, a little on the inside, just up the race line just a little bit. 16 running the high side, just a touch. Not necessarily losing any ground yet, but we'll be looking for that. There's a 5 behind the 2 of Anthony Crownover. Crownover always a threat. Mr. Thunders, how are you doing, sir? Good to see you out there. Anthony Crownover finds James McRae behind. McRae in the 24. Got a win last week, trying to get himself back-to-back wins. Brock in the 4 spot here, back to where he started. So is Bunnell. Bunnell looking to go to the inside of the 2. This is pretty much that single file race line that you see. But early on, you see drivers trying to push a few envelopes. Bunnell runs a 29.83. Crownover defends the outside lane here on 1 and 2. Going to drop into the bottom here. Crownover ran his fastest lap last time by, 29.89. Now gets into the corner. Try to extend back over Bunnell. His lap time, 30.14. McRae, 29.96. The driver's starting to figure out the pace, trying to figure out what they're doing. Kevin Savoy still on the lead lap. He had a little bit of right front damage. I mean, I thought it was all right. A little right rear damage as well. I thought he was all right. We'll see how many spots he gets back up as well. It's a chance to get out here and work. 167 laps is a long way around this racetrack. At 1.5 miles, that's pushing some boundaries. Chad Meadows digging into the corner. Tuisku's going to be in the 48 here. Tuisku looking all right. Will Allen in the 17. Back with Coulter Jr. Coulter took a little ding there, but he looks to be all right. This is damage repair. There's the 12, Andrew Phipps. Phipps in 12th off 9 from the start of the race. Qualified very well. Blue Water Taco Company on the 23. Anthony McPherson driving the iconic Valvoline 28. Garland in the 81. A little right front damage. He's able to make it work as the Denny Hamlin throwback right behind him. And, of course, Brandon Porter. Al Reed's going to be in 7th here. Little Furniture Row. 78 from Martin Truex Jr., who's getting ready to, of course, retire this year, along with the legendary closer Kevin Harvick. Crownover out front. Jesse Bunnell drops back to 5th here. Grijalva playing the closing pace to him. Bunnell had a good race, had a good start there. The car falls back to 4th, maybe a tire-saving mode here. Joshua Brock in 3rd. McRae's going to be in that 2nd spot again. He's going to be trying to work his way back forward. Closes back down the distance to about 0.2 of a second. McRae just trying to have that consistent lap times. Right now, the top 5 drivers combined I rating roughly about 14,000. Insane. These cars are loud and proud. Two tight off the corner there. It's a 24 go, 24 to the bottom side, 2 back on the high side here. Runs up near the wall, lets him have it. James McRae goes back out front. Back to work they go. Connor Hazel, the 42. Trying to hold off some big numbers coming at him. Number 1. Jamie McMurray, number 1. Bass Pro Shop. Camaro, 42, gets back into the corner. 1 backs the corner up. Finds the 5 behind him. And Joseph Grijalva right there as well. 5 into the slipstream of the 42. Charlotte runs kind of bumpy. Out into the bottom side. 1 runs the car as well. 42 bounces it off the corner. He's tied up the corner. He's going to have to get out of the gas. He is. 1's going to be right there as well. 5, 16. Little bump from the 16. It's the 5. A little bit of insinuation to go a little faster. Grijalva up 3. 16 back to the outside. 16 working that corner. This is what it looks on board. A little bit of traffic with you. Legacy Charlotte runs a lot like Kansas does in the Cup car. See Grijalva running that second lane. They have a good run here on the one. We'll drop into the corner. You can see a steering offset already angled more towards the end line of the car. Car's a little lighter. One battles back to the outside. 16 back to the inside. I think the 16 might look at passing Brock on the inside or on the outside. Right now the 5 looks to try to do the same thing. One runs that low line. 16 not clear. 16. Whoa. Battle here for third. James McRae, less than a quarter second. Here's Anthony Crownover. About 2/10 off of the race pace. Brock trying to continue to move forward. Grijalva gets to the back bumper of the one. Has the speed here. Try to pass on the outside. I was talking about this right here. The momentum about to be split 3 wide. 16 on the high side, one there. One's going to give up the corner. Brock loses 2 spots in the course of one turn. Well, I believe Grijalva was faster. That's the reason why I was suggesting the pass on the high side. He was able to make that happen. 16, second lane. 5 trying to run that corner as well. 16 still has the throttle here side by side. The battle for fourth looks as such. The battle for third. They're trying to move up, but this is the battle for fifth. Technically the battle for fourth. Get a Bunnell here. Taking over the lead on the high side. Tires starting to find their groove. 23 of 167. Crownover back out front. James McRae will be in that 2 spot. Connor Hazel closing in some distance here. The top 3, you can throw a blanket over. Grijalva 1.3 back. It's like little 3-car packs everywhere. Al Reed closing in the distance. Trying to catch Joshua Brock. He's got a good looking car, good running car. Anthony Garland with a little bit of damage can still run up here inside the top 10. 11th spot working really well for him. Andrew Phipps closes in the distance as well. That Ford Mustang looking pretty darn fantastic. Inside the top 10 is the 23 of Wasserman. Brandon Porter up 12 still really bottom of the lead. Little battles here and there. Everybody within, I don't know, let's see, the top 15, less than 5 seconds off. That's pretty tight for 25 laps in and a 20 or so car field. Ramsdale coming around. A lot of his damage repaired. Tuisku's going to be in the 48. He's right there behind Kevin Savoy. Savoy still picking off a few spots here and there. Noblet in the 43. Valvoline action. Meadows in 16. Coulter Jr. 17 behind him. Looks like he's a little bit free there with the 31. Like his steering ratio might be a little. I mean, he's got a little bit of. A tiny bit of damage. Tiny bit of damage. Wheels cranked. Hey, what? 17 of Will Allen all over the back bumper of the 31 there. Going to back up this corner, try to make a pass here. Yeah. Going to drop in here. Already went back in the gas a little earlier. You see how much the wheels are cranked. 28 having the same battle in front. Tough to pass on the inside here at the 1.5-miler at Charlotte. Cup cars normally run 60 or so laps in the fuel cycle, so they'll be about 65% fuel. It's about a 40-45 lap fuel run, I do believe, for the drivers. 6 sets of tires, so that's kind of a big deal. 17 closing back down the distance. Now the 31, you see the same run the 17 had. The 31's getting that same run coming back to him. Brown over McRae. Connor Hazel, your top 3. Grijalva, about the same distance. Closing in a little bit here. If he could find the draft of the top 3, he'd be fine. 2 tight off the corner, lets the 24 go by. So he wouldn't even tie it. I think he just let the pass happen. Connor Hazel right there as well. Brownover's led a few laps. McRae's led a few laps. Connor Hazel to have this shot. If he's having any kind of patience right now, that's exactly what he's doing. Good looking drive for the 42 C-Class 1411 I-rated driver. James, thank you for the like, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for the shares. Not even going to be looking at chat, folks, other than what Joe said. Appreciate you very much, sir. Baby boy. Augustine, right? Agustine. Awesome. He's cute, too. He's going to be a heartbreaker and a speed. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. The Mandaroo Racing legend. Mr. James Mandaroo, give us a share out there. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. You're amazing. Always good to see you in there. 78, 81, 12. Wasserman in the 23. Brock there in the top 10. He was up there. Tires. Digging in there. All right, throw it on exciting. I'm going to drink some liquids here. Last night was a long race, and my throat's a little sore from that still, so might take a couple more hydrate breaks, more than usual today. Plus, today was a good work day. Be right back. Get it.
Hello, I'm Jeremy, service manager of VIP in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. When a customer comes into VIP, it's an experience starting with walking the customers out to the car, getting all the information, getting feedback from the customer, kind of feeling the customer out on how their driving conditions are, or how it may affect their car, or maintenance interval schedules that may be coming up, alerting any safety concerns, just creating that transparency with the customer. To VIP, a certified automotive professional means somebody VIP can rely on to get the job done right the first time, creating a comeback or a lifetime of customers in the future. My favorite part of the job, really seeing a customer genuinely smile when the service that they get done is completed the right way at a fair price. You just earned an automotive customer for life.
Little lap traffic coming in play. Connor Hazel there in third. McRae clears the 7. So Jeff Ramsdale goes a lap down. 16 there to the inside. Coulter Jr. to be up 9. Anthony Garland, though, having a good race. 81. Caught up to a few drivers in front of him. Was running with Andrew Phipps there. Phipps was doing a great job of trying to maintain the race pace. 78 of Al Reed. Up 8 from the back of the pack to the front. A quick caution got a few drivers involved, and that's it's always tough. Ramsdale 2 laps down. Nathan Dillard out of the race. Mark Redkin out of the race. Stryker's going to be out of the race. Spicy is your number caller today. Mr. Rich Holland. The shame. Sometimes you put in all that work. Should probably have Spicy join me. He's probably bored. I don't know, y'all. Yeah. I'll work on that. All right, I'm gonna refill my drink. Right back. I just wanted to talk about the race for a moment there. It was there was some good action happening all like that, and I hate hate not having that. Right back. Valerie, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. How's it being a dad? How's my nephew? Love it. Apologies, folks. Mike was using a drill upstairs. A little bit longer. 50 at 167, about a third of the way through this race. Kevin Savoy up to 10th now after rebounding from earlier. Kevin Savoy's going to be off the race pace just a little bit. Sometimes taking your time. Could be right there, but Al Reed back to the bottom side here. Linnell is your race leader on the inside. Crownover falls back to second. James McRae is going to be in third here. Grijalva is going to be in fourth. They all came to pit road on lap 41. That was the green flag pit stop, so that's how things have worked. We'll see how things progress as they continue to go. So green flag pit stops about 40 laps, 40 to 42, 43 laps. But L tries to take over the lead, and right now Crownover be the driver, try to put some distance between he and the 5. He drops to the inside. He's trying to take over the lead. Bottom line running for him right now. 5 goes back to work, backing up the corners here. McRae's going to be in third. The green flag pit stops all taken care of. And as we have, drivers working on their race pace. Anthony Garland's going to be 6 laps down. He's got some nose damage. Where did that come from? I missed that. Got some heavy nose damage. Here's what happened right here. Coming out of pit lane, coming out of pit lane, coming out of pit lane. Oh, he got loose. No! Oh, he stuck the landing. Like, didn't bring out a caution. Something similar happened yesterday. He's got some laps to continue. Hey, at least the car still runs. It's hard to the exit, pit road exit here. It's kind of hard to imagine that being that treacherous on the bottom, but it is. If you goose it too, if you kind of get too tight off your corner exit, that's kind of what you see there. Kevin Savoy dropping here to a couple of drivers, but there's some lap traffic in front of him. There's a 7 of Jeff Ramsdale. Better roll back into the inside. 17 gives up the race line to the 99. 17 right there in 13th. Will Allen letting things calm down so he can go back to work here. He came in on 43. Does have a little bit better car than a 99, but 99 holding on to what he has. Al Reed trying to work himself back inside the top 10. There is Michael Coulter Jr. who came in on 47. So he's got a long run race pace, trying to keep that car clean for the longest, for the long haul here. Might have himself a top 5 night if he can continue to do it. But Coulter 21 and a half off. Anthony Crownover half second, the difference between he and James McRae. Not a real breakaway right now. Grijalva is going to be 3.7 seconds off. He's playing catch up here. He tries to track down Bunnell. I think Bunnell might make this. I think everybody's trying to make it a 3 pit stop race. If they can make it a 3 pit stop race, then pretty much have it locked in. Right now, smooth sailing. 16 drivers on the lead lap. Chad Meadows in the 6 here. The inside of the 43. They've got their own little battles going on back here for 15th. You see Anthony McPherson in the 28th there. Trying to not naturally go a lap down. Coulter Jr., a little bit fresher tire, goes around the 20 of Jeff Pless. Jeff Pless driving the old Tony Stewart racing machine. That would be Jess's driver. They're Toyota, though. Do like the paint scheme. You're able to join the booth if you want. Cool. I figured you might be bored. There he is. Figured you might be bored.
I'm not bored. It's a fantastic race to watch, but they're doing a good job, man. It's making my job easy today.
Lap 1 incident. What do you think about that one?
We ain't talking about it. It was unfortunate, but yeah, my position right now, I can't say a word.
Sure you can. You're race controlling, but you're color commentating. That's an okay thing. Get over it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
As much as I'd love to give my insight on it, I'm in no position to. But yeah, no, it was unfortunate. I mean, I think a lot of good guys, a lot of fast cars were taken out in that one, unfortunately.
I have a position. Nathan Dillard went around the corner here, tight off the corner, a little too much speed on the high side, comes down, bumps into the 99, collects the 7. The 12 and the 31 get involved. 25 goes up and over and ends and out. That was a fantastic wreck. That's what I think about it. It's fantastic. Watch.
I will say this though, the 31, for what he took on the front end of that car to be in the positions he's at right now, that's some good driving by that 31.
Oh yeah. And he ran longer than everybody else as well, so that's something about Coulter. He's in 9th right now. He ran to 47. That's when he came to pit road. So he's got about 5 lap fresher tires than most of the drivers, 4 or 5 lap fresher tires, other than Connor Hazel, Joshua Brock, who tried to extend their pit stops. But I talk about this time and time again. A lap or two difference will put you in a precarious situation. Like right now, Joe Grijalva is still playing catch up. He's in 4th, 3.2 seconds back. That right there can be the time in and time out of pit road. You kind of have to button it up. If you see the leader coming to pit road, you're going to try to get as close to the leader coming to pit road as you can, making sure, of course, you don't speed, of course.
Yeah, my thing is I've always liked short pitting, but sometimes short pitting doesn't pan out for you. Mile and a half, you do want to go as close, like with the leader or right afterwards. If you stretch it out, I've found myself in bad positions doing that.
McRae came in on 42, Crownover in on 43, Bunnell came in on 41. Bunnell dropping here about half second back. He's still able to hold on. He's still able to maintain. But part of the allure of being where they're all at right now, the racetrack is going to have to start coming to him. So Bunnell is going to have to, and Bunnell's also going to have to extend another lap out of this, because if the math serves me correctly, 42 laps. 42 laps is kind of the necessity to finish this race on an even racing line. Or on an even racing count when it comes to pit stops. If you're trying to be consistent.
Well, consistency is the key on these mile and a half. You want to have an average run speed that's extremely consistent. You don't want to fire off fast, burn your stuff up, and then end up losing positions later in a run. So consistency is always key at the mile and a half.
They are fun. That's Spicy, folks. He's out of the race today because last week the track didn't like his car and kind of spit him all over the place. Ooh, 99 up into the 6. Oh,
yeah, that was, like a better term. It's still spicy.
Oh. Chad Meadows involved in that. Well, actually, he wasn't involved. He was involved, but he wasn't. Here's what happened. 6 in the corner. Kevin Savoy goes to the bottom side, gets tight, comes up, taps the 6, and 6 blinks, can't see anything. Tries to straighten the car out. 7, woo! It was the 28 that almost got into him. Woo! Ooh. And he just resets the pit road. That's a shame. And I believe he's out of the race. McRae's going to be your race leader, folks. It's caution. Jeff Pless, your race leader on the inside. Anthony Crownover's going to be the outside. Pless on some older tires here. Maybe trying to save something. Maybe if something runs long, maybe you'll have something to the extreme here. I got Spicy in the broadcast booth. That's Dark Horizon Fishing. He brings you all your cautions each and every week. Fishing out of the Virginia area, Chesapeake Bay, James River area. He'll take you on a guided fishing trip. Can't guarantee you'll catch a fish, but I guarantee you have a good time. 22 side by side. 5 of Bunnell behind. Inside line, I thought was going to check up a lot more. Good restart for the 20. He drops off the racing surface. He's going to let him go. 3 wide. Grijalva in the middle. Al Reed there as well. Ooh, this is precarious and dangerous. 31 sideways. Collects it. Now they're all sideways. Now a caution comes out. Man. Old tires. Bringing that out. Some damage for the 20 as well. Back to back. The 20 drops down low. There's a lot of steam going around him here. Let's far chase this right here. Al Reed goes to the inside. 31 comes down a little bit, gets into the 78. 78. Ooh, they're able to keep going right there. Coulter had the save going on here. Coulter came down a little bit. I mean, they're 3 wide right here. 20 off the pace. Looked like both the 78 and the 31 kind of did that. 31 down to the bottom. Trying to save it here. Oh, trying to save it. 48. Oh, 48. I tell you what, Coulter got some luck going on. He's got a rabbit's foot in there, or that lucky penny. We'll take a look at how the 17 and the 48 got involved here. There's Will Allen here. He was just down low trying to save it here. Watch this this corner. He's like, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to break. 48 locks up the tires, gets into the 17. That was Tuisku there. That's a shame. Backs it down. Oh, how did the car turn? I wonder if he downshifted there. Take a look, because he was down on speed. Let's go to the cockpit. He sees it happening. Break. That car just got loose on him. Well, dang. Ran over your race leader. He's so cute. Sad he's far away, but you get daily pictures from Joseph, so that kind of helps. I like it. Come on, Iron Mike Coulter from DEI, RCR. Holly giving some shout outs to Coulter. Hey, you know what? He saved that car. Get a little blank going on. I still want to go dig him a line. Him and Grijalva. All with a little right front damage. I don't know where that came from. 2, 5, 24, 42, 16, 23. That'll be your front 3 rows on the restart. Al Reed. A little left side damage. He looks all right. Apologies, folks. Had a cough there. Oh, man. Here, look at this save one more time. From Coulter's point of view. Actually, let's just back it up here. One's the high side here. Ooh. Oof. Rock gets into him. Ooh. I mean, did a great job holding on to it. Crown over Bunnell, McCrae, Hazel, Grijalva, 2-5, 24, 42, 16. Ready to go. Green flag racing. Here's pit road exit. Pit road entrance. The blimp cam from high above the stand. Charlotte Motor Speedway. The legacy version. Very iconic. 15 drivers on the lead lap. They're going green. Two, 24, 5 to the outside back here. The good aerial coverage brought to you by nobody. Oh, 5 gets into the 24. Check up to the 42. 23 drops down low. Holy cow. Wow. Some touchy moments with the outside wall. But now drops to 5th here. He's good. He's going to lose maybe a spot here. We'll see if this works in favor of Andrew Phibbs. 78 of Al Reed to the outside. Halfway through this one in a couple of laps. And it's been interesting. Kevin Savoy in 13th, still holding on to the lead lap. Jeff Pless behind him. Pless with that nose damage, a little right front damage as well. Trying to get that car rolling forward. Crown over runs his fastest lap of the race, but the fastest lap of the race just went to the 16. 29.70. Caution comes back out. Anthony McPherson involved. Well, that was muted. All right, 31-28 here. 31 goes to drop into the corner. 28 down in front of him. Oop. 28 slow on the racetrack to keep himself off the surface there. Anthony McPherson goes to pit road. Not sure his car was fine enough to drive around. He was just off the lead lap. He was still working on getting himself back around.
Sad part is we're getting to the part in the race where the cautions are breeding cautions, and this is not what we want to see, especially for the 2-car crown over up there. He's got a tough decision to make when it comes to his strategy here.
I mean, we're halfway through the race. They have 6 sets of tires. They have plenty of tires, especially if it's a 4-stop race. Technically, it's a 4-stop race or a 3-stop race. I mean, or 4 segments if you count the laps. 42 laps, roughly ish. Gives you 168 laps of tires and fuel. There's 167 laps in the race. They can run about 44 to 47 laps of fuel. So my thing is, take your tires, take your fuel. You're halfway through the race. If you can run 42 green flag laps and you can come to pit road one more time, I think it'll be good to go for him. That's what I see, at least.
I think the 42 laps is going to be a stretch on the fuel. I know me personally, in my testing on this, I was getting about 38 max. So there are guys out there that can definitely save fuel a lot better than I can. So they could do it, and they could probably do more. The question is what's it going to do to your overall average time around here? And it'll be interesting to see. I know we got a couple of guys that have done some amazing fuel saving runs in the past at 1.5 miles, and I expect that we'll see one of those today.
from the drivers to bear in mind. Bunnell is going to be one of them. Even if it's a two pit stop to the end for him. He came in and is on 70, so he's got about 14 laps of fuel out. Maybe about less than that. We'll talk about kind of where the fuel cycle begins and where it's going to end. Key component here is that if you're in on pit road now, you're going to be seeing some different situations. Let's see, your lucky dog was Jeff Ramsdale. He's back in on pit road. He's going to be 1 lap down now. He was 2. Brandon Porter looking for a lucky dog situation as well. It's more of his damage taken care of. Anthony McPherson out of the race. Tuisku is on pit road, getting that car looked at to each lap just a little bit at a time. McRae's going to be your race leader, though. Grijalva in second. Bunnell's going to be in third. Wasserman in fourth. Phipps, Noblet, and all the construction in my house is done. Jess built some stairs for our oldest dog. Needs some stairs to be able to get on the bed, so that's what she was up there doing. So if you guys heard the hammer and some nails and some and basically a hammer drill, that's what you were that's what you were hearing in the background. It's a good looking stairs, I will tell you that. Did that in about 30 minutes. I was like, but hey, I'm streaming now. Come on. It's something to do at like 5 o'clock in the evening, not 8 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, we all know life happens. So, yeah. It's one of those deals there's always something going on. You know, we're sitting here trying to, you know, whether we're racing, whether we're broadcasting, or just, you know, gaming in general, you always got life events that happen.
Mm-hmm. Now we're busy bees. McRae in the 24 backs the 16 up. Normally we see the pace car, the driver's closer to the pace car. I'm trying to figure out what McRae is doing here. He's kind of laying back. Joe giving us a like. Thank you. Tony Martin giving us a like as well. You got to be careful he doesn't get a black flag here. Pace car is going to be in 24, 16, 5, 23. Green flag. That's the only time that I like when Amar's in the street as a race controller, because he tells everybody to tighten it up, everybody. Tighten it up. To be up there on the pace car. (24, 16, 16). Trying to get to the lead here. Do it now. Do it as long as you can. Anthony Crownover up to 10th here. 31-1 side by side. There's Coulter Jr., who looks all right. He's blinking a little bit there, so we'll let him have his thing. One with the telephone pole look on the back bumper. 43 of Noblet, head of steam on the high side. 2 is going to be there to the bottom side. Racing for position is pretty much everybody. Grijalva to the lead here. He extends over the 5, the 24. Grijalva out front, 0.3 of a second lead. Is going to need to push for a little bit. If I don't know. I'm not pushing. I might be just trying to run the jagged legacy Charlotte race line.
Got it.
Whoa. 16 defends on the high side. 24 back to the inside, side-by-side racing. Ooh, a little touch-and-go action there. And then Grijalva will run you tight. That's one of the things that we've known Grijalva for. He will run you tight.
Even running people tight, I will say this. Grijalva has been one of the most enjoyable racers to race around because of how hard he does race the other guys. And he races them clean, and I appreciate that. And he does a phenomenal job. In order to get around him or to take the lead from him, you have got to earn it.
Kevin Savoy somehow holding on to the lead lap at 11th here. That car took a hit in the beginning, but now he has to just salvage it. 16, your race leader trying to extend over the 24. Bunnell side by side with the 1. There's the 2 of Crownover behind the 1. Give it a little bump. Let's go.
Looking at this 5 running the high side, we've seen it time and time again at the beginning of this race. That high side will carry speed, so I'll look for him to get the advantage coming off of 2 here.
New tires behind him, though, even though there are a few lap pressure tires. Crownover's been the one with the speed. I think James McRae's been the one with the longevity. Bunnell fell back to 5th from getting himself to the lead on the longer green flag run that they had. Big run of speed for the 2 here. He might try to drop to the inside, side by side for 3rd here, as the race pace dictates 176 miles an hour. 2 gets to the inside of the 5. The big story here is that Anthony Crownover is going to be able to run a little bit more fuel out of his car. Dang old cough. Mo, giving us a like. What's going on, you?
It's looking interesting here as the 5 seems to have found a little bit of speed. He's gone ahead and caught up to the leaders here. We'll see if he can maintain that momentum and get something going on him.
2 to the back bumper of the 16. Whoa, a little wall tap for the 16. That's sometimes a little dangerous, that little bit of smoke in your face. 16-2, 24. 24 to the inside is going to lose that race pace. 2 is going to pass him on the outside. He's almost trying to be door bumper clear. 16 slides in front of the 2. 2 drops into the race line. 16 is going to be there in the second lane, side by side for the race lead. Crownover carrying speed on the bottom side. 16 will battle back here. 2 technically out front. Crownover to work the middle. Gets into the race line. 24. I don't know that the 24 has the speed. I mean, Grijalva I think Grijalva has the race pace if he can run the second lane, be able to extend over the 24. But Anthony Crownover right now can have an opportunity to walk away. Bigger spoilers on these race cars means more downforce, means more grip, which means more of the draft package works in the favor of the driver. 24 to the bottom side. 16 runs that second lane. 24 drops to the bottom. McRae trying to hold on. 16 is going to battle right back. And battle for second just as, more interesting right now than who's... I like Crownover, but I tell you what, Grijalva's making the 24 in it.
You got the battle back here for 4th and 5th. I mean, I've been watching it for a couple of laps now, and they've just been going at it. You got 4 cars here, all trying to battle for basically that 4th position, and it's intense.
A lot of drivers getting into the wall there. MJ giving us a like. What do you say, MJ? Wasserman in the 23, trying to rebound from earlier as well. Connor Hazel doing the same thing. Connor, a top 3 car, the beginning portion of this race, and we're over halfway through it. This next time by would be about 70 laps to go. I can math. 70 laps to go. Al Reed playing catch up. Coulter Jr. is going to be an 8th here. Coulter in and out. He's having some big connection issues right now. And as an approaching car, there's Noblet there inside the top 10. As an approaching car, it can be tedious to watch what's going on there. 42 to the inside, 5 dropping back here. Long run race pace. Maybe save some fuel while you have an opportunity here. You can save a lap or 2. That'll give you a lap or 2. 48 of Tuiscu. Runs the high side, a little bit off the race pace. He got his car fixed. He's going to be the first driver off the lead lap right now. He's going to be 7 laps down. The first driver off the race pace is Ramsdell. He's in 14th. He's a lap down. I'll tell you what, he's been able to rebound as well. There's the 11 of Brandon Porter behind him. He's 2 laps down. 7-11 going side by side here for some lap down traffic. They're not doing too bad. 7 back to the inside, 11 up high. Unfortunate cautions. That's what it is. 2 coming around. Oh, was he saving fuel? Did I hear a clutch?
It would be that time of night. If they're trying to stretch it, then you might get a couple of drivers start doing that. Really don't know how that'll dictate the handling of the car through the corner here, because you gotta use some gas to get around the corners here at Legacy.
Well, if you got a little bit of clutch, oh, he's clutched. Even if you clutch into the corner, you can still turn the car down. That's still going to slow you down. Engine power on older tires, not necessarily the worst thing. 24 trying to hold on to second place. Grijalva right there in the mix. He's been able to run right there with him. Now he is running the same line as the 24. Joshua Brock with that telephone pole look. He looks like his girlfriend got mad at him and kicked him in the rear bumper. That's what we're going to call it.
Yeah, sometimes that can motivate a driver, though.
That doesn't look like motivation. That looks like he went and had a prostate exam that was wrong.
Yeah, you got to give him credit, though. He's still up there, P4 right now. I mean, he's putting in work in that car.
Big one is the 23. He is slowly catching Joshua Brock here, and he's about 7/10 of a second off the race pace of that driver. But his last lap matches that of Joshua Brock. We're pretty darn close to it. Grijalva until just trying to hold on to that third spot. I don't know. Brock might have the draft here. That might be playing a big factor. Of course, downforce is what I was talking about earlier. These cars are all about downforce.
Well, throughout the race, we've seen it. I've been watching it myself here. The 23 Wasserman, he's done a really good job of managing the tire temperatures. And we saw it several laps ago. He made his way around the 5 of Bonnell and the 42 of Hazels and did it in a short amount of time. So he's clearly got some tire management going on with that car.
He's playing catch up to the drivers in front of him. 31.47 was the last lap for Anthony Crownover. 31.62 for McRae. 31.63 for Grijalva. MJ says Grijalva behind him for some tire saving moments. Right now, Joshua Brock's last lap, 31.48. This time by, we'll see what the race pace looks like. 31.69 for Brock. Wasserman just a little bit off the pace. He loses about 0.2 of a second. Connor Hazel trying to work back into the corner as well. Bunnell closing into the distance for 7th. Noblet in the 43 holding on. There's Andrew Phipps. Some nose damage to the inside of the 31. Al Reed has caught the 31. He's been trying to work with him. 99 back to the inside, so some top-tier drivers. Take a picture right there, folks. All three of those drivers, top-tier drivers, and then they've got Coulter in front of them, another top-tier individual as well. Just having some blanking issues, and that's making it difficult for these drivers to choose where they're going to go. He's he's blinking as if his studio's 76 and the strobe light's trying to come at him. Not now. He's settled down now.
Yeah, whenever you get a car on the track and you don't know exactly where it is with the collision box and everything else, it does make it hard to get around them. Because you got to kind of gamble to make it.
We watched it happen earlier with the 31 and the last caution that we had. He and Anthony McPherson had that touch and go moment, but Anthony McPherson went sideways and didn't even know he was sideways until it didn't know that the 31 had hit him because the 31 had disappeared. Little things like that. All good. I don't mind connection issues. Just got to make that pace last. Right now, tire saving mode on.
Crownover is in his own zip code right now.
Al Reed behind the 99 side by side with the 31. 78 there in the mix. Jeff Pless in the 20 he's still on the lead lap. He's still trying to play Played a little dividends here. Give it on 82. He's got some nose damage. 20 in 13th. Ramsdale, your first driver off the lead lap. Few drivers out of the race through some contact. 110 of 167. 57 laps to go. You talk about Anthony Crownover. I think he made the right move. He is checking out of this race. 2 seconds, the difference between he and McRae. McRae to Grijalva, about 1.4. Man. Interesting race line for everybody.
And watching these guys up front here, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, as we see the fifth place car get a little loose there. They're not really gaining much of an advantage over everybody. They're running very consistent gaps between each other. There's a little bit of a benefit to the 2 car and 1 and 2 over the 24 car. And it's just kind of going back and forth as we get to one side of the track or the other.
Al Reed working on it. He had tried to make the pass on Coulter. It looked like Coulter went right back. I'm sorry. It's showing me that he's passing every time that Coulter blinks. I'm like, oh, there's a battle going on between Al Reed and Michael Coulter Jr. I'll have to send you a screen capture of this. It's so funny. SDK is like, Al Reed passes Coulter Jr. Coulter Jr. passes Al Reed. Every blink. It's like, it gives me 2. Oop, Anthony Garland having an issue. He was off the track there for a moment. Still out there competing. 2-second lead from McRae. I'm not trying to give Coulter a hard time. I promise. I'm making an observation for SDK because it's cracking me up. It's literally cracking me up. No, I just said he crashed and he didn't even crash. Come on now. How about Savoy and Phipps? Top 10. Top 10 night for them, both the drivers. They've just had to be patient. They have some significant damage. You know that's got to play a factor. No smooth corners on the front of either one of the race cars.
That's the problem. No fast repairs. You end up being a victim of no circumstance other than someone else's. Sometimes that can make it for a long, grueling race for you. Kudos to them for getting out there and keep grinding it out. And that's you'd be surprised how often, especially if you're caught up in something in the early laps of the race, that you can get it repaired. You can go back out there and you can have a top 10 night. So they're doing a good job with that.
James McRae starting to have a little charge to the front here. His long run race pace looking about a tenth better this lap. 31.77, 31.75. He's catching a little bit. He's gotten about 0.2 of a second. Here's your last 5 lap times, where on 113, Crownover gives 0.2 of a second back to McRae. He was basically the last 3 laps, McRae catching just by minuscule amounts. Now the big lap on 113 is the lap that he's more in tune to say, hey, I had to give up 0.2 of a second. It was probably just a throttle lift or trying to make sure that he adjusts his race line. But right now, he's going back to try to extend back over McRae. Grijalva, 4.5 seconds, the difference. Wasserman got himself around Joshua Brock in the 16 and the 23 working together to take the outside over the 81. Coulter Jr., Andrew Phipps to pit road. Will Allen in on pit road as well. McRae coming to pit road. So those drivers who needed fuel, they've got about 48 laps the difference. I tell you what, Anthony Crownover can put some distance between he and a few drivers. Grijalva's going to stay out a little bit longer, so is Wasserman. But Joshua Brock came out on 82. Connor Hazel came out on 82 as well. They don't have the same pace that Anthony Crownover has, but they are going to have to make a decision here the next few laps. If they come in the next, I don't know. They can't. I don't think the drivers pitting right now can make it on fuel. I mean, we've got 48 laps to go. Crownover, Brock, Connor Hazel, these three drivers, they're going to be able to extend and then come in. They get 10 more laps, they make it on fuel.
Yeah, you got 16:23 on pit road now. They came in together. 16 came in a little hot, did a good job of getting it shut down. We're going to see how they get off pit road and where they stack up, and they might have to make another one. If we get a yellow flag, they might be able to save enough fuel and be okay.
They're going to have to save about 5 laps of fuel, 5 to 7 laps of fuel by my calculations. That's not a lot of fuel.
But it is within the window of that yellow flag. If they get that late race yellow flag, then they could potentially gain some track position and, make it.
They get a yellow. They can. I was going to say, if they get a yellow, they can come to pit road and top it off and be good to go there. But excuse me, Crownover is checked out. Brock did not take tires when he took fuel. Connor Hazel did not as well. So the gap that you see here from Brock to Hazel is the difference on tires over the course of the last 30 laps. 5.5 seconds, 5.6 seconds to Brock. And Hazel 7.25. Kevin Savoy's going to be in fourth here. He came in on 82 as well. Al Reed right behind him. So these drivers are trying the fuel strategy races. Jeff Pless is going to be in sixth here. Pless is the last driver on the lead lap. Brock comes to pit road early. And that might be a little too early. I like fuel strategy. My favorite part about racing. My favorite part about NASCAR.
I like it. It makes for interesting races, but me not being a mathematician, because 5 + 5 = blue, it's always been a strong thing. As Josh loses it coming off pit road. Spun it, got it back in order. He's moving again. But yeah, fuel strategy's never been my strong suit. I've always been a get out there and go kind of driver.
He did he downshift? Uh-oh. We have to hear. We have to hear. Or did he goose it? Because it happened earlier. That's what happened to the 48. The 48 goosed it when they were slowing down for car. Whoa, yeah, he just goosed it. He shifted and goosed it. It's a lot of lost ground. And a little extra wear and tear on the tires that he didn't need right now. Watching that happen, that was the first thought in my mind was, the amount of ground that he was going to lose by doing that. And you just saw him lose several positions over that ground. Lost about 11 seconds total to his position. That is what he is trying to work himself back up to, and that's just rough. That's rough. Yeah. It's rough to have your own mistake bring that out. 2 comes to pit road. Connor's going to stay out for another lap. Anthony Crownover within that realm of margin when it comes to fuel. They are roughly about 42 laps to go. So that is the run that they're getting. Roughly about 60 laps is what these cars can run on a full fuel cycle, 60 to 62 with 100% fuel, which is quite a lot. Most of the time we see drivers come in with about 58 laps. About lap 58. That's normally what we see. But they can run a little bit longer if they save it. Just not necessarily the case. McRae is going to come around. He's getting to the point where he has to figure out what he needs. Bunnell might take up the lead here. Bunnell came in on 117. So did McRae. So these drivers are going to find 18 seconds.
Yep. Connor Hazel pulls into his pit stall. Everything looked good. See how his pit stop goes and how he gets off here. Hopefully he doesn't do like the one, and we saw that in practice with a couple of cars as well. You get on the gas too soon coming out of the pits on cold tires, and it can bite you.
8-lap pressure tires. to the 25. 8 more laps of fuel. McRae came at a 117. He's got a 1.6 second lead over Jesse Bunnell. Wasserman is going to be there in third. He came at a 118. Anthony Crownover is going to take over fourth as Grijalva comes back to pit road. Maybe an issue there. Is he pitting for? He's pitting for a stop and go.
It's the interesting thought process there, and I like it. He's gonna lose some ground here, but if that's what he needed, and it stays green, and everybody else, miscalculates their fuel, maybe he's done the math right. Maybe he's gonna have that extra gallon that's needed.
James McRae, stop and go for him for fuel only. McRae's gonna be a lap down to Al Reed. Or to the field. Al Reed a lap down as well. Al Reed came at a 125. He's got fresher tires, but he's got to get up to speed. Andrew Phipps in 8th. Crownover back to 4th. Noblet's going to be in 5th here. Came at a 118. Coulter Jr. with 117. Brock came at a 121. Man, everybody's waiting to see what happens. And the 24-5-3, 23 combo up here are hoping for a caution. What's up, Modge? Fuego in 4th. Yes, sir. He was trying to... He had to come in for fuel. I mean, they're going to be close. They're going to be really close. Anthony Crownover can run the car, maybe save a lap or so, just to be sure. If you have a green-white checker, there's a look outside, how close they get to the wall. Yeah, he's clutching. Going to save a little bit. He's clutching and catching James McRae. So we got to go up to James and listen to what's going on with his car.
Well, if I'm that far out in the lead, I'm going to be taking every advantage I can to save fuel, yet keep my speed up and stretch out as far as I can how much time it's going to take for them to catch me.
1 and 2. Good for Crownover. He gets around some lap traffic there. See what he does in 3 and 4. He clutches in 3 and 4. This is where he saves. Just a little clutch. It's not even that much. That's Brandon Porter behind him. Porter touches the wall here. You got to be careful not to clutch too long into the corner for some of the drivers, because clutching into the corner and have that car that is still up on power get right into the back bumper of you. So Anthony Crownover doing a great job. He has closed in 3.5 of the 9 seconds he was behind over the course of the last couple of laps. So he doesn't have to take it that easy, but he is trying to make sure he's conserving fuel. James McRae, 2.3 second lead over Brian Wasserman. Bunnell is going to be in 3rd. Crownover in 4th. Noblet's going to be in 5th. Next driver in the field to be as close on fuel is going to be Connor Hazel, who came to pit road on lap 126. And we're roughly about 32 laps to go to determine the winner of this one. No, they normally run full fuel on some of the racetracks, but most of the time it's between 50 and 65%. So they're running fuel calculated numbers that are different. So 65% fuel today. Rich sounded like James Earl Jones. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we've got the audio filters on for him, so if he sounds deep, sultry, and sexy, that's because he's spicy.
I mean, I naturally have a deep voice, but yeah, it gets a little deeper as the night goes on, if that will. I don't know why.
It's because we get tired, our vocal cords get stretched. I know. Trust me. Normally, I sound like a 12-year-old when I wake up. No, totally kidding. It's but no. I mean, that is true. So you're in the morning, like when you wake up, your voice is deep because your vocal cords have not adjusted to being used, and your voice gets higher pitched through the day. And as you get tired more throughout the day, your vocal cords get stretched thin, and they struggle to work. So then you sound deeper again. So that's kind of it's the same thing with your muscles. That's why you want to stretch before you always exercise, because you can tear those things. Like last night when we did the 200 lapper around New Hampshire with Chop Shop, that was I was not prepared for that. I didn't warm up the vocals. I didn't do anything necessary for that. Anthony Crownover getting around Jesse Bunnell. Hot Tubs, how you doing? Saying hello about Mr. Bunnell. Everybody has a little bit of contact. McRae, not as much. Wasserman, not as much. Clean car for both those drivers. Crownover, he's caught the field. There's no way James saves 7 laps of fuel. There's no way. No way. And more than likely, it's going to be more like 10 laps of fuel to be able to make sure that if there's a green, white, checkered, you don't give up your this is only one attempt at green, white, checkered. So as the race leader, you do not come to pit road unless you just can't make it.
Yep, and there you go. And we see the 23 of Wasserman. He's coming to pit road now. Get him a little bit of service. Might not have been able to make it on fuel, so figure he'd do it now. And it'd be interesting to see. Like you said, that's a lot of fuel for the 24 car save.
Wasserman coming to pit road. Grijalva is in 12th, but he had to come to pit road for a stop and go for some fuel. Wasserman leaving pit road, he went ahead and took tires and fuel. He's got a lot of ground to catch up, and right now Grijalva extending. And not a bad idea to take tires here for Wasserman. Split second, giving us a raid. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Come on over. Appreciate you. How was your stream? Coulter Jr., Andrew Phipps on pit road. So drivers coming in for that last little top off. And a few drivers are going to be able to make it to the end. Valerie, he's right now he's in 9th, so he's continuing to work it. You need to set you got to set your Wi-Fi up so you can, because you're running on data. Absolutely. Well, eventually we'll be able to run on 4K. Once we are able to run on 4K, then we will be able to the downscaling for 720 will be all right, or 360, however they downscale it. But he's in 9th. He's trying to work on it. Al Reed's going to be the next driver he's got in front of him. Al doing a good job. Grijalva's going to be in 9th. That's where he started, so no losses or gains, but he is going to have some drivers behind him. 11 seconds the difference with 25 laps to go. That's not insurmountable. Crownover about to beat down the door of the 24. Split Second Media, kind of like me, but from Australia. That's who they are. You check those fine folks out. He's been doing a lot of different gaming lately. They've been catching up on your streams, play a little COD, get yourself a little bit of fun out there. How are you doing, sir? McRae, Crownover, Bunnell, Hazel, Brock, Noblin, Savoy, Reed, Grijalva, Wasserman. Wasserman's going to be a lap down. Grijalva a lap down. He'd be your lucky dog in this situation. He is catching out Reed. He's got about 0.3 of a second difference here. 31. He's got some new tires. He's working on trying to gain some extra time here. And this is the difference here. This is where your pit strategy comes in. You moved further from your dad and you're out. And I tell you what, Joe, I feel for you, man. I feel for you. Grijalva trying to get a lap back. Al Reed got a lap back. Wasserman's going to be playing catch-up here, so I believe the 23's got the right idea here. He came in at 24 laps to go, gets himself in position. 20 laps to go with brand new tires. That's a good thing. Grijalva could have taken tires. He'd be in probably a better situation. Maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't have taken tires. I would have done exactly how Grijalva did it. He might go back to 9th here, but that's okay.
I don't know. I've always been on the 1.5 miles. I will take tires if it's more than 15 laps left. If there's more than 15 laps in the race and I need to come down and get fuel, I'm just going to go ahead and get my tires and my fuel. Just taking the fuel, you can gain some ground there, but new tires on the track, they're tough to beat. The question is, did you do the math on the time difference?
Well,
can you make that time up?
He had only been out on the racetrack 10 laps, so I mean that's a waste. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would probably have I would have done what he did, not thinking when people were coming to pit road. You kind of have to, play that factor out. How long do people run? McRae's trying to lead the most laps here, but Crownover's
trying to work around these lap cars here, and he's getting it done, but if he didn't have those lap cars, I think he'd be up there. McRae would be a little bit more worried than he is right now. He's got to be feeling a little nervous with that 2-car coming because the 2-car is catching.
McRae has to come to pit road. He can't make it on fuel. Yeah, that's what I would say.
I mean, if you can't make it on fuel, you stretch it as long as you can and hope for a late race caution. A caution before you run out of fuel. I'd like to see him make it on fuel, just because of the interesting aspect of you can save that much fuel. Thing is, that 2-car is running him down way too fast.
Bunnell comes to pit road as well. 17 laps to go. He's going to have to find some extra speed. Joshua Brock, I'm a little worried for him. If he didn't save any fuel here, he's going to be very close on fuel. Very, very, very close. He might run out 5 to go. Who knows? Will Allen having an issue. He is in and out. Oh, I think it's just connection issue. I wonder if the servers are just being trashed right now.
What we found was anytime an update comes out on iRacing, it takes them a couple of weeks before they start running smooth again on the servers. They'll put out a patch update, and if it's the day before we have one of our races, a lot of drivers will have blinking issues, connection issues.
Bunnell comes to pit road, takes right sides only. Phipps took right sides only for a fresh 4 set for the 31. He's going to be a little bit faster than Phipps, so a chance for him to work around. Al Reed is going to be here. Kevin Savoy came at a 124. He's in 5th place right now, but he's got Wasserman catching him. There's the 2, the 23 to the inside. The 23 trying to get a lap back here. The 2 trying to race for the lead. The 23 does not need to push any envelopes here that he can't. 24 to pit road. 2 takes over the lead. And that was almost a dangerous situation for Brian Wasserman there with the 24 pitting right in front of him. That's go to the high side, wait your turn, then pass him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the 2 comes to pit road or not. He might as well. He made enough speed up on him that he can come in, take a splash of gas, get on
2?
out there.
No, he saved enough fuel. He's been clutching since the start of it. His lap times are showing that. Nah, he's out there. He's made his bed. He's lying in it. 12 seconds the difference between he and Connor Hazel. Connor's saving a little bit of fuel as well. Kevin Savoy, he's close, but Kevin, he's in 3rd. Here's the true tell. 13 laps to go. Jesse Bunnell needs to pass Kevin Savoy for points.
Yeah, the points battle for first, second, and third in the points is extremely close. Extremely close.
It didn't used to be. These guys, ever since they went and switched the manufacturer of the car, it was it was hundreds of points the difference. Now Kevin Savoy only a 76-point lead to Jesse Bunnell. And Bunnell has a 24 to the inside, 24 a little bit faster right now. I think he went ahead and took those tires. He's trying to play catch up. Bunnell, McRae 8th and 9th. Savoy in 4th. Wasserman got himself around Savoy, so that's a true testament here to what the new tires are going to be able to do. So Wasserman 30 seconds off the pace with 11 laps to go. Give it a 139 for tires and fuel because he had to short pit it. So that's the short pit of short pits.
It was a brilliant move is what that was. I don't know if I'd have made that move as much as I do like being a short pit person. But yeah, no, he got those tires, and those tires made up all that ground with the guys that might have done a little miscalculation on the fuel burn. But yeah, no, that was a move for a top 3 night right there.
Gray trying to march his way forward here. He's going to put Grijalva back to 7th. Bunnell coming out as well. Grijalva tried the splash to go strategy, thinking everybody's going to pit a lot later. But I tell you what, nothing wrong with his race night. Top 10 night still in the books. Now, Joshua Brock, who came at a 121, is back to 9th, and he is working very diligently here to try to get himself around this racetrack. He's having to be gingerly. He's trying to be ginger. He's a redhead. No, he's not. Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is actually a redhead. I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, you said it right the first time.
Oh well, I don't want to take away from our redheads.
He's not going to take any offense to that. But yeah,
it's the first time. It's the redheads out there in extreme. Please don't take offense to that. I didn't mean it that way.
You can send your hate mail to Dark Horizon Fishing on Facebook.
That's not. That is not a slam against. Well, I mean, South Park makes fun of redheads more than I can. McRae's going to catch Wasserman, so a great time for McRae to come to pit road. He's been able to use the last 5 or 6 laps to be able to get himself back to 3rd. So a good time, but not the race win that he was probably looking for, unless we get a caution with under 3 laps to go. Then Anthony Crownover, with all these lap down vehicles, is going to be forced to come to pit road. But the way I'm looking at it, Bunnell's back to 5th here. He got around Kevin Savoy, so that's a few more position points. Andrew Phipps with 6 laps to go. I don't know that he's going to be able to. He's got about 16 seconds between he and Kevin Savoy. So Kevin solid for 8th. Grijalva right there in the mix as well. Man, I tell you what, Anthony Garland out there running that double min 81. He might be a few laps down, completing his 147th lap, but he is taking that modified to new levels.
And we just got word that looks like the 81 will be coming in. He's done a stellar job tonight with that car banged up. I don't know if his car is getting a little warm or if he doesn't have enough fuel or what's going on.
Oh yeah, no, he came in a 108. He's out of fuel. He ran that thing completely out of fuel. I mean, he's idled down. You can see how slow he is right now. He is trying to make it around on fuel. So I wonder if he just kind of got distracted, because I mean, we're 4 laps to go. He just ran 100 from a 108 to 161. That's a lot of. I'm sorry.
That is, we ran every drop out of it.
Yeah, his last pit was on his 108, so he just ran literally 41 laps out of that car with a modified, which means there's no downforce, which means that he really pushed the envelope there. Grijalva's in 7th. Kevin Savoy inside the top 8. Andrew Phipps with 3 laps to go. Still trying to play catch-up. Coulter Jr. in and out a little bit back here. About 0.2 of a second off the race pace of Andrew Phipps in closing. Took four sets of tires, but has not been able to get past the 12 here. Grijalva now blinking. That's the first time I've seen Grijalva blink all night. Good to go. My screen is like blinkety blink, 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 blink. Like I'm watching the cars, but I'm watching the names blink. Don't blink, Grijalva. Final lap brought to you by, well, each and every one of you out there. Appreciate it. Folks, new links for new sponsors. I forgot to talk about my sponsors other than Dark Horizon Fishing, of course. Make sure you check out VIP Tire and Service. Make sure you check out the links for Rogue Energy. Make sure you check out the links for Factor by HelloFresh. We took our sponsorship and we elevated it to pre-made meals, chef-inspired, all by the lonesome. Whoa, 20 in front of the 2 there. Almost took him out at the end of the race. That's awful. Crowd over Diggs. He wins. And the fuel strategy knocks it out of the park. Connor Hazel come home second. James McRae rebounds to third here. Wasserman in fourth. Bunnell will be fifth. Reed, Grijalva, Savoy, Phipps, Coulter. And Anthony Crownover hopefully has enough fuel to burn it down as your race winner here at Charlotte. Don't hit him! Gotta get a thumbnail for next week. Let him burn it down. Don't hit him. I'm running out of fuel. There it is. Yeah, I think he's out of fuel.
Yep, I just heard it over the comms. He ran out of gas.
At least I'm gonna have a thumbnail. That's all I cared about. I just wanted a thumbnail. Race results, folks. Race results. Thank you. Round over your race winner, Connor Hazel's going to be second. McRae third. Wasserman, Bunnell, Reed, Grijalva, Savoy, Phipps, and Coulter Jr. inside the top 10. Plus Brock Ramsdale. I wondered if Josh was going to have to save more. He did have to save a ton of fuel at the end to get himself back around. So he's going to be a lap down. Ramsdale 2 laps down. Oblet, Porter, Tuiscu, Allen, Anthony Garland out there running the ever-loving out of that car. He did a great job. Chad Meadows involved earlier. It's just a shame. Anthony McPherson, of course, as well. Spicy, you're disqualified.
I mean, it happens. They can't put the best one on the track for Charlotte.
All right, sir, are you gonna get last place points? I guess that was my question. I was gonna ask you that earlier. Are you gonna get last place points?
I will be getting no points, and I had to serve a point penalty from Talladega.
Boy, that's why you don't cause 3 cautions in one race. Okay.
I had my steering offset wrong for pushing cars, and I paid the price for it.
Oh, it happens. It happens. It's super speedway. Mark Radkin with the best wreck of the night. Went upside down, inside out. Kind of flew across the racing surface. It's insane. Let's talk to my buddy Anthony Crownover, who's going to be your victor today. Made the right call, saved enough fuel. I was watching you clutch. You were clutching early in basically the third stint of this race before, you had a couple of cautions back to back there. And then once you guys got rolling again, you were even saving then. Walk me through your strategy in this one.
Yeah, how about that, Jason? We got a 1-2-3 pro rev finish. And really on that one right there, I was just watching the fuel miles as the race went on, and I said, man, if we get a caution and it's even close, I'm just going to come in and give up the lead, and I'm not coming back to pit road except one more time. And I saved a little bit on that first run. Only had to clutch it a little bit on that last run there, and I had enough fuel to do 2 little loop arounds on the burnout, and that was it.
Well, now I have a thumbnail for next week because I haven't been taking I haven't gotten thumbnails as of late because, well, I was in the Kansas race, and then last week I just forgot. But now, yeah, you'll be on the thumbnail next week. It'll be all good. But Legacy Charlotte, different driver than traditional Charlotte we see in the NASCAR circuit. Which one do you prefer?
I like Charlotte no matter which way you give it to me. I just like the track. I like the old one. I like the new one. Same with Texas.
I like Texas too. I mean, we all know that I'm a Kansas fan. That's going to be the track I choose over any track. But that or Chicagoland, because I'm just what it is. But I like the way this one looked today. It looked like everybody was having speed where they needed speed. The advantage wasn't necessarily on either side of the line. And we watched some good defensive maneuvers. It took you a little bit to get there in the beginning portion of the race, just because everybody kind of on that even keel momentum. But which lane did you prefer when it came to that early portion of the race?
I am definitely on the bottom around here. I had to pass on the top later in the race when I had fresher tires. But yeah, it's bottom all the way through the whole run for me.
You're kicking butt and taking names, man. Congratulations, of course. Rich, anything for Mr. Crownover?
Absolutely amazing on the fuel calculation, sir. That was phenomenal. Another Virginia native myself, big fan of yours. Describe to me what it was like having to transition from that bottom side to that high side on 3 and 4 to pass those lap down cars, because it looked to me like that high side in 3 and 4 when you went around those lap down cars, it looked like the car was gaining a little bit of runoff speed coming off of 4.
Yeah, it's when you're going in the high side, you got to get in. You got to get off of it early, and you just got to be patient. But if you can get back on the gas at the right time, you can definitely pick up some speed. It's just not a good way to stay up there the whole time. It'll burn your tires a little bit more on the right rear.
Yeah, well, when you were going around some of the lap down cars, it looked like an absolute rocket ship coming off of 4. But good on you, heck of a race, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. And I rode that brake a little bit in 3 and 4, but I do got to give my shout out to my race team today, because we did come home 1, 2, 3, and that's the first time in about a year. And definitely give a shout out to my wife, the kids, for letting me do this. I get to take my little 2 hours of fun, and I just appreciate them for letting me do that.
Anthony, I love you, buddy. You're man.
I love you too, Jason.
That's the man. He was in my very first race ever broadcasted, and he better be in my last one I ever broadcast as well.
No doubt.
That's the man, Anthony Crownover. Victor today. He's, I'm not kidding. He was in the very first race I ever broadcasted. Ever on iRacing. Ever. Freaking awesome.
He's good people. I like him. I enjoy racing with him when I get the chance.
He's one of my picks to win it. Pretty much everything that I've called with him. I don't know why that's doubling up. Let's talk to Connor. Should we to finish? Question mark. Connor Hazel, the man, the myth, the legend, finishes in P number 2. Tell me about it.
Thankful for Anthony. That's what happened.
Did he give you any advice? That's one thing I was going to ask you, because sometimes, you have to lean on your teammates for just a little bit of information.
I just used whenever he went to pit, I was like, might as well. So that kind of just set us up. And I actually pit a lap after him during green flag stops, but ended up being not enough.
Well, we had a lot of lap traffic in between all that, and it's sometimes hard to judge where the race pace is going to be, where the where these people are going to come to pit road. You know that some people, when you guys came to pit road, there are going to be some people out there. They're going to have to make that decision. Are they going to make it early? Are they going to make it late? What are they going to do? And you guys had good timing. And there for a moment, your teammate James was, he was like 30 seconds behind you guys, and he started to catch back up. But you had speed early. You had speed in the middle. Cautions kind of threw some things in a loop there, but I think a top 3 car for you tonight, regardless.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I gelled really nice with this track. Saving tire, I'm pretty good at, I feel like, and it just kind of all came together for me.
I mean, what's it like driving the iconic 42?
It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Go Larson.
I was gonna say, are you a Larson fan? I mean, I'm a Larson fan, so that's the reason why I was asking.
Well, I race dirt micros in real life, so yeah, he's my go-to for sure.
There you go. Yeah, I'm a Larson fan through and throughout. I wasn't happy with him, you know, in his screw up that he did on iRacing, but I'm still a fan of his driving style and his driving line. So, Connor, congratulations. Spicy, anything for Mr. Hazel?
Yeah, man. Congratulations on a P2. Nice finish for you. We're glad to see you, have you here. Talk to me a little bit about how the car felt versus how, say, the ARCA car would feel. Do you like the Gen 6 better than the ARCA car, or the other way around?
Thank you, first of all, and then second, I really didn't get much time in the I guess updated ARCA car. I got a lot of time in it before they kind of updated it, but since then I just had that one race. I can't remember where we went, but I think it was New Hampshire. But yeah, I just love this. This really fits my driving style, this car. So it's fun to wheel around here.
Yeah, it looked like it was a lot of fun. You did a masterful job of getting it around, getting it through lap traffic, just kind of taking it easy, biding your time, and being smart about your race line. I think you did a really, really good job, and I like seeing that target car. I really do.
Yep, I can't wait to make some more of them. I have about 10 schemes coming, so y'all get ready.
I like it. Connor, congratulations. Give you shout outs, my man.
Thank all the guys back at the Pro Rev, my team. We wouldn't be here without them. Definitely everyone's challenged each other. You see James up here. Anthony won the race. I mean, it's just always challenging each other, and we all really get better with all the challenges.
Connor, always a pleasure, my man. We'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks for the broadcast.
Always. That's the brother from a different mother of Anthony Cronover. Let's talk to the final teammate. 1-2-3 finish for Pro Rev when it comes to James McRae. James, you had speed all race, and it was all about picking the time to come to pit road, and you did a great job getting back to third, of course. I don't want to take away from that, but you had the faster car all race. Why didn't you come to pit road when Anthony did? Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry, wrong button.
You're okay.
I didn't think I could do it. It's just a different of opinion. I got burned a lot of times every time I try to save fuel, so I just was hesitant to do it. It ended up being the right call, and good work for Anthony there. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not taking away from the race at all. I mean, you had a fast car all night, you led a ton of laps. You had the race pace for the ages. Actually, I'm gonna take a look. I can tell you how many laps you did. Actually,
I think for the most part, it was me and Anthony. We were just swapping spots every time one of us would go, miss the drive in on 3 a little bit and wash up. That usually ends up, being where one of us will mess up and we'll swap the lead out.
But you guys had the cleanest cars, of the race. That's another thing too, is trying to keep it out of the wall. The wall here on the exit of 4 and the entrance of 1. It seems like that is the most dangerous area on this racetrack.
Yeah, for sure. It's if you're impatient in the middle of 3 and 4, you're going towards the wall on the exit, and those who don't catch it,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it happened lap 4. So we saw that.
Yeah, well, I didn't get a good shot of what any of the wrecks were, except for the one I went through the grass that blocked the front stretch. I didn't. All I saw was smoke, and then I thought there was just one car, and then I saw 2 cars in the smoke, and then I was like, nope, I got to go in the grass.
And let's see.
I don't remember what lap that was like, but geez. That was an experience.
You had 65 laps led. Did you have fast lap? No, Anthony had the fast lap. No, he didn't. Kevin had fast. Somebody had fast. Somebody had fast lap.
Anthony was quick too. I think Grijalva
had the fastest lap. Yeah, Grijalva had the fastest lap, 29.703. I was going to ask you, you guys had a lot of side-by-side battles, and you guys were running each other close.
Who's
Grijalva?
Oh yeah. It was pretty close. I didn't. Yeah, I don't know what we were fighting so hard for. Because I felt faster. You know, if I remember the situation, I think I caught up to him. And then here comes Anthony with his fresher tires, because somehow he managed to get through the field. That was the other thing. I didn't think I could get through the field in enough time to warrant losing the track position from the lead. That's why I didn't. That's another reason I didn't pit there. But yeah, me and Grijalva were battling hard, and that costed us the draft of Anthony. So we weren't able to at least have that helping us stay with them. But yeah, it was fun fighting with him. I just wish it didn't come down to it.
Yeah, it does happen. It's what makes it's what makes my commentating that much more fun. Rich, anything for James?
James, you remember the first time you came in this league and you were driving that 24 car, and it was said on broadcast that there was history between the 35 and 24?
Oh yeah, sure enough, dude.
The old driver of the 24 was Joseph Grijalva, and he and I would run side by side, lap after lap after lap, battling for third or fourth or fifth, and let the leaders run away. That you have lived up to him running that car, and you gave him a dose of his own medicine as he gave you a dose of his medicine that he used to do in that car. So that was a lot of fun to watch. I made a mental note of that. I'm like, ooh, this is typical 24 right here. And then 16 used to run that 24. So I thought that was a pretty cool deal.
I have to keep that in mind then.
Running side by side with him, though. I mean, you know, we all have those drivers that we trust to run really hard and not make a mistake. Give me some of your top three drivers in this league that you just genuinely trust running hard with.
That's very hard, because technically it's like I've had 2 races and 2 different cars, you know, not counting the super speedway, which is its own animal, you know. Right now with this car, it'd have to be, Jesse. And Kansas was really fun the other week.
But yeah, you won it.
Yeah, but
fun.
The battling with him was fun. We battled for that last 30, I don't know, 20 laps. And shoot, yeah, whatchamacallit, Grijalva, we're just talking about that. Anyone I can battle with, that's for a few laps. I know there's something about, it's not something about choosing lanes or something earlier. I went back and looked. I didn't even give no lane to block or whatever. I don't know what was being said about blocking or whatnot. But those two.
Everything on our end looked like you ran a masterful race, and either passing people or defending from being passed. You did a heck of a job, and you're giving that 24 car a good look. So congratulations on a P3 tonight, and we're glad you're here.
He is
I appreciate it.
JMZ So Cool on Twitch. Give your shout outs, my man.
Oh yeah, I hadn't streamed on Twitch in a minute.
That's okay. I'm putting it out there. Go follow him. I don't care if he streams or not. He plays Star Citizen with me. Damn it. Go follow him.
Yeah. As soon as that gets kicked out.
I've been playing. Been playing just fine.
Same on and off. But yeah, mom, dad, Brand, Joanna, kids, anyone else out there watching, y'all. Thank you for watching Pro Rev. Anthony, Anthony's another one on that list. He's real good. And Connor, thanks for sitting with me, and
got a standard.
And you guys, Richard, and everyone else, admins putting on the show and all that.
They better put on the show. Another season coming up here pretty soon. James, much love, man. I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty, thank you. Take care.
He's a P3 finisher. Let's talk to Grijalva. I want to congratulate him live, like we're supposed to, because dang, the dude just had a baby. Well, actually, his wife had a baby, and he was there to support. How's your hands feel?
I feel great. I have a baby in my lap right now.
He's got the new baby smell. They need to bottle that. They really do.
I want that as a car freshener.
You ain't lying, right? Except for the dirty diapers. But the new baby smell is so good. It's so good. That's probably why I have too many kids. It's probably why we have 6. I'm just saying. Anyway.
Oh, you have a clan over there.
We got doubles, tennis, and 2 refs. Cody will.
I've never heard it put that before.
And Cody will always win. That's the way it works. Joe, first and foremost, congratulations on the baby. That's awesome. Tell everybody the name. Pronounce it so that way I stop screwing it up.
So his name's Augustine.
Augustine. Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm saying it correctly, because I'm like, I know how he spelled it. I just don't want to screw it up.
Yeah, Augustine.
Middle name. Gotta know.
Middle name's Theodore.
Oh, there you go.
So my wife picked his middle name because she named him after Teddy Roosevelt, or the president who's probably the most.
I was gonna say now he has a nickname. You can call him Teddy. That's awesome. Oh, you got a care package coming, by the way.
Yeah, he did mention that. Yeah.
Lots of World of Warcraft onesies and gaming stuff for little mini. What is it called? The Fisher Price little wheels. It's coming. You have Sim Rig Daddy next to Daddy.
There you go.
Yeah, we got you some stuff. So you got a care package coming from us over here. All brand new stuff. We did, of course. It's all brand new. We don't like doing hand-me-downs because, well, the thrift stores around our local area could use the hand-me-downs, and babies deserve new things. That's my opinion. Talk to me about this race. You had a good race. Stop and go. Do you kind of wish you took tires, or did you? Tell me about this one. What would have given you a little bit more of an edge to be able to get around Reed there?
I think I had it won, but I'm gonna go fight my crew chief here, because we should have took tires, at least right sides or something. But I don't know what I was thinking, just doing stop and go. I guess I thought there was less laps. I just lost focus. There's too many laps just to do fuel only, so that's a big mistake. But I still pulled off the top 10, so it wasn't too bad.
I mean, first race back after a little while. You guys getting some good sleep?
What is that? What is that? I think I got more sleep working for the Army.
Yeah. Welcome to Infant Hood again.
That was the best part about me being a rotating shift worker when we had newborns, is I actually got sleep at work.
It's just we're trying to rotate, so she'll take a shift out there. We're doing shifts. Sometimes we'll both be up. Sometimes we might get an hour or so where everybody's asleep. So it maybe, but he's great. We're doing all right.
When he starts sleeping through the night and you guys get on a routine, it'll be perfect. I miss the babyhood, but I am glad I'm past the babyhood. I can't wait to have grandkids, and we'll spoil the crap out of them. But now I get to spoil your kid from a couple of states away. Joe, much love, man. Any shout outs you want to give? I know your family's out there watching.
Absolutely. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you guys and spread the love. I'm a big supportive friend of you and Holland, and putting this on so everybody can watch. Dad, sister, big thanks to my wife. We had a baby about a week ago, and she's still giving me time to do what I like to do. What more can I ask? What more can you ask from a wife? Hey, we just had a baby. Yeah, you can take 2 hours and release some stress and go race. Like what more perfect spouse can you ask? You know what I mean? It's just I thank you to everybody. I love all of you, everybody out there.
That's the most important thing. Give your wife a hug for me. Tell her congratulations, brother. I will talk to you later when you get more time to game. Just message whenever you get more time. Make sure that you reach out. Also, you're doing some paints for some extra money. Hey, he needs extra money. He just had a baby. Fuego Paints. Find him on Trading Paints. Get a hold of him.
I had to pick up a new skill, so here we go.
Yeah, go. He's working on becoming the next premier paint shop. I know that we got MCI Graphics for the throwback paint schemes, but he's got his own kind of style. So I want you to go find him. Find him on Trading Paints. You can also get into my Discord. He's in my Discord if you want to reach out to him. Let's help support some growing folks. Rich,
Yes, sir.
thank you for joining me, buddy.
I'm glad I got the chance to.
Mark?
Much rather would have been on the track, but at least I got to do. The second favorite thing, which is kind of help you do a little bit of broadcast and put on a show. So
Yeah, a little bit of fun. Margaret says, "Great broadcast as usual." Thank you, Margaret. Appreciate you. That's the Phipps family. Anthony, how about it? Way to go, Connor. He did a great job. Everybody did a great job. It's a good race. I mean, a couple of issues here for some drivers early on, and then a couple of back-to-back cautions. Sometimes it does happen, but they were able to straighten out, get long green flag runs in. It was a ton of fun. So it is what it is. Anthony Crownover, the man, the myth, the legend. Bring it back to victory lane. Its teammates finished 1-2. Wasserman did a great job. Bunnell able to finish ahead of Kevin Savoy by 2 spots. So that's just nickel and a dime on those points. He's going to need a race where he wins and Kevin finishes somewhere like 20th. That's a thing. Next week they're at the track I hate the most, and I'll let you put in the comments which one that is. Folks, be good, be safe, be kind to one another. Thank you to all the sponsors of the series. Thank you to all the sponsors personally here as well. If you want to be a sponsor of Signature Esports, make sure you reach out to me. It is that time where we are trying to we're trying to basically take everything that we have and upgrade it. So we're going to take our streams and upgrade it. I am working on my own overlays for ATVO. So we're going to try to have some NASCAR style overlays that I like, that I'm tired of waiting on people. You get tired of waiting on people and you just do it yourself. So I'm working on that. It's a new software that I say new, it's old software, but it's a new software product that I have to learn, that I have to figure out because there's no real good tutorial out there. Similar to streaming iRacing. Nobody told me how to do this. So I taught myself and now it's what I'm doing. I'm teaching others. Not just iRacing, but we're gaming, we're streaming, we're doing all kinds of stuff, folks. I hope you'll enjoy your Wednesday night. I'm off tomorrow. We'll be back Friday night for the Chomp Shop Racing Series. They're going to be back again. Be good, be safe. Again, be kind to one another. Congratulations once again to Gralva and his family. And thank you, Spicy, very much. Appreciate everybody. Be safe. See you in the next one.